And then we will learn today Introduction to Chess. The very first topic, what is chess? So as you can see, it's a very nice chessboard which has white squares and brown colored squares. And on the left side of the chessboard, we can see some numbers starting from 1 to 8. And down we can see the letters from A to H. So chessboard has 8 numbers and 8 letters. So total it will be 8 multiplied by 8, 64 squares on the chessboard. Half of them are white color squares and half of them are dark color squares. So chess is actually a very old game invented in India. It was invented thousands of years ago and only 2 players can play this game. So first we will learn the names of all the chess pieces, the different chess characters. So the first one which we can see is called as the king. As we can see the spelling of king on the left side of the chessboard. The king has a cross or a plus sign on top of its head. So this will be the white king and this is the black king. After the king, we will meet the next chess piece, which looks like a crown. As we can see, this one, which looks like a crown, is called as queen. The white queen and the black queen, as we can see in the middle of the board. And the kings are placed in the corners. So we have to learn to identify how each chess piece looks like. The king has a plus sign or a cross on top of its head, and the queen looks like a crown. So after the king and queen, let's learn the name of the third chess piece, which looks like a castle or a tower, as we can see on the chessboard, and his name is the rook. We can see the spelling on the left side, R-O-O-K, rook. So rook is also called as elephant in Indian chess. We have animals. So rook is also called as elephant, but the technical name is the rook. So till now we have learned 3 chess pieces, the king, the queen, and the rook, which looks like a castle. Let's learn the 4th one. So we can see the next chess piece, which looks like pointed, has a small circle on top of his head and a plus sign in its face. So some people in India call it as camel, but the real name is bishop. As we can see the spelling, this is a bishop, which looks like a pointed and has a circle on top of his head. So after the bishop, let's learn the next chess piece, which looks like a horse. The horse in chess is called as knight. As we can see the spelling on the left side, K-N-I-G-H-T, knight. The horse will be called as knight. And after the horse, let's see the last chess piece, which looks like a soldier. Some people call it as soldier, but his real name is pawn. P-A-W-N, pawn. So just now we learned the names of all the different types of chess pieces. There are total 6 types of chess pieces, as we can see. The first one is the king. The king looks like, let's say, a cross on top of its head. We have to remember how the chess pieces look like. So first one is the king. And the second one is the queen. The queen looks like a crown. So there will be a white queen and a black queen. So after the queen, the third one, which looks like a castle, is called as rook. R-O-O-K, rook. rook is also called as elephant. And the fourth one, which is also called as camel, looks like a pointy guy. And his name is Bishop. And the spelling is B-I-S-H-O-P, Bishop. And after the bishop, we have the horse. The horse is called as knight. The spelling of knight starts with the letter K, and it's K-N-I-G-H-T. That's the spelling of knight. As we can see all the spellings on the left side of the chessboard. And after the knight, the last chess piece is the pawn. Pawn looks like a soldier or a little snowman. And his spelling is P-A-W-N, pawn. So these are the 6 types of chess pieces whose names we have to remember. So let's quickly revise again. The first is the king, which has a cross or a plus sign on top of its head. Second one is the queen, which looks like a crown. Third one is the rook, which looks like a castle. The fourth chess piece is the bishop with a small ball or circle on top of its head. After the bishop, the fifth one is the horse, is called as knight. The knight looks like a horse. And the last one, the soldier, is called as pawn. So after learning all the names of the chess pieces, we must learn the types of lines on the chessboard on which all these chess pieces will move. So we have 3 types of lines. The first one is a standing line or vertical line which goes up and down, as you can see the green color arrow. So all the standing lines are called as files. Let me show you the spelling on the left side of the chessboard. The standing lines are called as files. So this is pointing at the letter. This can be the F file because it's pointing on the letter F. All the letters are the files, the standing lines. Now, for example, this is pointing at the letter A. So this can be called as the A file. Similarly, the kings are placed on the H file. We can see the letter H below the kings. So all the standing lines are called as files. This is the E file. Next, this can be the C file, pointing at the letters. So standing lines or vertical lines which go up and down are called as files. And the next type of line, which will be sleeping, it will go left to right or horizontal. These are called as ranks. Let me show you the spelling. R-A-N-K, ranks. So this is the 5th rank. We can see the green arrow pointing at the number 5. And this can be the 3rd rank, number 3. The last rank can be number 8. The first rank pointing at the number 1. All the sleeping lines are called as ranks. So till now we have learned about files and ranks. So standing lines which go up and down pointing at the letters are called as files, and sleeping lines left to right pointing at the numbers are called as ranks. So apart from file and rank, the 3rd type of line is called as a diagonal. Let me just type the spelling of diagonal. D-I-A-G-O-N-A-L, diagonal. Diagonal is nothing but a slanting line, a slide like a slope. The diagonal should touch the same color squares. As we can see, this green arrow on the chessboard is a long diagonal from one corner to the other corner, touching only the brown color squares. There can be another diagonal touching only the white color squares. As we can see, diagonal should touch the same color squares. Then only it is correct. Otherwise, look at this diagonal. It is wrong because This diagonal or this slanting line is not touching the same color squares. It's touching white squares also, touching brown squares also, which is not allowed in chess. So please remember, a diagonal can be small also like this, touching the same color squares. This is a white square diagonal, and the diagonal can be big also like this, touching the brown color squares. Diagonals must touch the same color squares. Otherwise, it is wrong. For example, this diagonal is wrong, even though it starts on the brown square and end on the brown square, but in between it's touching white squares also, so not allowed in chess. A diagonal must follow the same color squares like this. So we learned the 3 types of lines on the chessboard. The first one was called as files, which is the standing line. The second one is called as rank, which is the sleeping line. And the third one is called as diagonal, which is a slanting line. Diagonals must touch the same color squares. So let's see the file. Standing lines are called as files. This is the C file pointing at the letter. Next, the sleeping lines are called as rank. This is the 5th rank pointing at the number 5. And diagonals are touching the same color squares. Brown square diagonal, slanting line. All the chess pieces which we learned will move on these 3 types of lines only, except the knight. The knight is very special. We will learn very soon. The king, the queen, the rook, the bishop, and the pawn, they all will follow the 3 types of lines which we learned just now, either standing line files, or the sleeping lines rank, or slanting line diagonals. So after learning the 3 types of lines, let's learn the square names, how to use these letters and numbers, how to name the squares. So let me highlight a green color square right here in the middle of the chessboard. So this green square has a name which will start with a letter and a number. So if you see down, it's pointing at the letter D. And after the letter on the left side, we can see it's pointing on the number 5. So this green square will be called as D5. It's the D5 square because we have to write small letter for square names, even though it's capital letter in the chessboard. But usually we use small letters. So it's D5 because it's pointing at the letter D, that is the D file, and rank wise, it's the number 5 on the left side. So that's how we will name all the squares of the chessboard. Let me show you another square. Let's say this one. Now let's focus on this green color square. It's pointing at the letter B and number 3. So this will be the B3 square. First letter, then number, B3. We just have to see down and then we have to see on the left side, letter, number. That's how we will find the location of the squares, called as square names. So let's quickly see some more square names. Let me use red colors now. For example, this one. This red color square will be called as E4. As we can see, letter is E, number is 4. This one will be called as B5. This green square in the corner can be called as A1 because it's on the letter A and number 1. And this corner square can be called as H8. Letter is H, number is 8. And the white king is on H2 and the black king is on H7. So after the square names and the types of lines, let's learn how to arrange the chessboard before the start of a game. How to set up a chessboard or how to arrange the starting position. So first, if you look at the king always starts on the letter E. As we can see, the kings are placed on the letter E. E file is for the kings in the starting of the game, or we can remember that white team's king will be on the dark square and the black team's king will be on the light square. Kings on the opposite color square. Also, when you set up a chessboard, the bottom right hand corner, that is the square H1, the right corner, bottom right on the down should be white color square. The bottom right hand corner of both the players must be a white color, light square. So after the king, we will place the queen. The queens start the game on the letter D, or we can remember queen on the same color. The white queen will be on the white color square and the black queen will be on the black or dark color square. After the king and queen, the rook will be placed in the corners, as we can see. Letter A and H for the rooks. Next to the rooks, we will put the knight. The knight is the friend of the rook. Next to the knights, or we can say next to the king and queen, there will be the bishops on the letter C and F. And then we will put all the pawns. The white pawns will be all placed on the rank number 2. As we can see, there are total 8 white pawns. And all the black pawns will be placed on the number 7. 7th rank is for the black pawn. So basically, the white team will start from the rank 1 and 2, the first 2 ranks for the white team, and last 2 ranks, 7 and 8, for the black team. So this is how we will arrange the chessboard before the start of the game, and the white team will always play the first move. So always remember, king on E, queen on D, queen on the same color, king on opposite color square, rooks in the corners, then come the knight, then the bishop. So if you see, the chessboard can be divided into half. The red color portion on the right side can be called as the king side, because the kings are placed on that side. So I can just write it over here. King side for the kings. So we can see the letters E, F, G, H can be the king side. And the left part of the chessboard, the letter A, B, C, D, the left side can be called as queen side because the queens are placed on that side. So let's write down the left portion is called as queen side. The letter A, B, C, and D. Queen side and king side. So yeah, so we just learned a basic introduction to chess. I hope you understood what are the names of the chess pieces and the square names, like the rook is on A1 here, the white rook, another white rook on H1, the black queen is on D8. We learned the types of lines, the ranks, the sleeping lines, the files, the standing, and the diagonals are slanting. And also, in the next class onwards, we will learn the center of the chessboard. The green color squares are called as the center of the chessboard, which is very important. And we will learn how different chess pieces move and who is more powerful and everything about chess. So I hope you understood.